Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatcis Show. I'm your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, Joe Marks.
Good morning, Philadelphia.
Super Bowl face Joe Marks.
Yes.
James scores.
What's going on, everybody?
Dave Yarnell.
Hello, everybody.
Joe scores in the building as well. Damon Salim. And sorry, Damon, we are taking bets as we usually do. So, I have 9:08. James has 9:15. Dave has 9:07. And Joey has 9:10 for Damon's arrival. Real quick, Frank Finnegan isn't in studio with us. Frank's father passed away yesterday, and I just want to send out, and I know I can speak for everybody here, I just want to send out my most heartfelt condolences to the Finnegan family. You are in our thoughts and prayers, and we love you guys. And if there's anything you need from us, please don't hesitate to let us know.
My prayers are with you, Frank.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Frank, prayers to you and your family, bud.
Love you guys. So with that said, let's get into some of the business at hand here for this past week in Philly sports. I missed you guys last week. Good show, as always. You guys crush it.
I missed you guys too, but I was in Florida, so oh well, happens.
Oh, you weren't here last week?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I was too busy playing with Vicky and Minnie.
I was not either. I'm sure you missed my big mouth. But I wanted to start this week's show off with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, God.
This team, every time I watch it, it's something different. If they are, I don't want to say they're inconsistent, but their level of excitement inside their play is inconsistent. Some nights they are just blah. And then some nights it's electric. Like last night, Sixers Lakers. I know it's not as big as like Sixers Boston Lakers, Sixers Knicks, but the Sixers Lakers for me, I always liked when they played. I used to, as much as I respect Kobe, I used to hate him when we had to play against him because he was a killer. And I mean, this rivalry, I guess, not really a rivalry, but it's still fun for me to watch, our 76ers taking on the Lakers. And it was an exciting game last night. Any of you guys catch the game last night?
I saw a lot of it last night. I did get one.
Yeah, I saw most of it. Definitely caught more of the second half and the overtime. But, the Lakers are like the Yankees of the NBA.
Yeah.
That's what, you either a Laker fan or you absolutely hate them.
They're like Notre Dame in college football.
Yeah, you love them or you hate them.
You love them or you hate them.
Yeah, there's them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like the rivalry really just stems from, the hatred that we have. The respect that we have for some of the players is different. Like, I can respect LeBron. I don't have to like LeBron in the Lakers uniform. I respect Kobe and Shaq. I don't have to like them when they're in the Lakers uniform.
Typical Joey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. I've said this about other teams and other players. I mean, I've said this to you, Dave. I respect Troy Aikman and, Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. I don't have to like them when they're wearing the Dallas Star, but I can respect the talent, like respect the player. I don't have to respect the team.
Dave, you'll appreciate this. I heard on Johnny Marks and Ike Reese's show yesterday, they had Jason Witten on.
Oh, really?
And
Nice.
he is a phenomenal interview.
I'm
And
kidding.
as much,
a great interview.
we
I
talked
heard
about
that.
the game where where I think was it the Giants game where he had his helmet knocked off from
That's
Eagles.
against Eagles.
That was
yeah,
the
it's
Eagles.
against
That was
Eagles.
against
Yeah,
Eagles,
And,
yep.
and he was talking about, they were like, Hal, you're such a gritty player. And Ike Reese is trying to build it up to, have him kind of explain that play. And Witten was like, I didn't do anything special. I got hit on both sides of me, and it just kept me upright. He goes,
Typical Witten answer.
but it was an interesting interview.
Yeah.
And then they went into the rivalry and things like that. And he kind of touched on just the visceralness of that rivalry. And we'll get into.
I wish I could have heard that.
Yeah, it was. Well, you can.
It is a very
have
good interview.
podcasts of every show.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, go
I'll
back
check it-
and
I'll
check it out. It was a really
definitely
good interview, and
Yeah.
I'm not one to give any cowboy any kind of credit, but I got to give credit where credit is due, man. Jason, and he talks really well
He's
about.
he's class act.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He was an eagle killer too. Man.
Yeah, he was a beyond eagle killer. Yeah. And I think the other thing I took out of it too is that I'm like the same way with Michael Irvin. I think Michael Irvin's like that. When he talks about the game, he's like he wants to break the Eagles' balls, obviously, but at the same time, but he's jokingly at the same.
He respects the Eagles.
He
He does respect the Eagles. Yes, he does.
It's a unique respect that I didn't see coming from a Michael Irving. So it's and I know we're getting into fall. I want to stick with Sixers right now. We got we'll get into some Birds, the Giants, and big matchup coming tomorrow.
Yeah,
too.
big time.
Did anybody else see DeAnthony Melton having this kind of impact? Wow,
This kid was
man.
on fire last night.
Wow.
7 3-pointers. He was on fire.
No, and he had a career game in steals, and like the total player that this guy is, both offensively and defensively. I mean, Daryl Morey. This guy's 24 years old. This guy is going to be on this team for a very long time. I can assure
He's
you.
definitely
that.
got a future with the team. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And this is you got to have a little bit of high hopes going forward for what the future holds, because if you have him and Maxey as your backcourt, that is going forward.
It could be scary.
High
It
apple
could be
pie
scary.
in the
No
sky.
doubt.
Hope.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he?
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I didn't see. Yeah,
No, go ahead.
Good eye by you, Tom. No, I was going to ask. I didn't see much of the game last night, but was he the one that was the breakout player of the game?
Yeah.
on that last
Yes.
night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It
I
was
mean,
good.
Embiid still doing Embiid things. What do you have? 38.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Embiid do?
33.
No, Melton had 33.
Oh, okay.
I believe
so-
Embiid had 38. And,
Yeah.
just
But-
insane. Another double.
But I have to criticize Embiid, and
Morning, Frank.
and this is why. There, towards the end of that game, is the regulation. 93 seconds, 17 points scored by the Lakers.
Dalton had 33, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So
How much?
33.
Oh, okay.
one of the things that he that I felt like Joel has become a little bit softer. Not like, look, you're a big dude, and you're one of the you are the best center in this
He
league.
had 38 last night, Joey. Come on.
38, but
38
he
and 12.
played soft down the stretch.
Damon Salim will draw and quarter you when he gets
38
here.
and
And
12.
is that why you're getting this out now? Because
No,
Damon's not here. And by the way,
no.
Dave, your 907 is out. I'm at 908 right now. Come on, Dame.
So I mean, no, I just think
Only 9:15.
he got out muscled against Anthony Davis 3 times in that last 2 minutes. Anthony Davis is a pipsqueak in comparison to Joel
He had a
Embiid.
good game last night, though. He did well.
I mean, I don't know about pipsqueak.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand.
Joey, he had 31 points last
I
night.
understand what you're saying.
And like
But-
18 of them were from, 12 of them were from the line.
Okay.
So that's not
But,
saying a lot.
but if he makes that foul shot,
You know,
they lose.
the one thing I took out of it, the game, a couple nights ago was really bothered me was like Doc Rivers had the opportunity to pass to Tobias Harris for the game winning shot, and he gave it to Harden, and it's like, what do you do? Like, why did you give the ball off to Harden instead of giving it to somebody that is like a clutch shooter that knows how
And
to make
was
good
hot.
shots? That
And
it's
was
hot,
hot.
yes,
And was
yes,
hot that game.
absolutely, and that really, I mean, that's the only game I watched
Yeah.
probably this week. probably.
Harden didn't look too bad last night.
I mean, he looked good. According to a lot of people, there was a lot of people said that Harden did look very good last night. But then again, I got to see the
He
tape
had a
before.
double-double.
I-
He had a double-double.
909, you're out.
He had a double-double.
Well, I'm still alive, so
oh yeah, it's going to be between you and Joey.
let's go, Joe.
And for those of you who are checking us out, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah,
One of our hosts, Damon, Always likes to make an entrance, and usually that entrance is anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes late every show. So we take bets. And right now, Joey has 9-10. So if Damon walks through the door, he wins. James has 9-15. So it might come down to who's closer. We'll see.
I mean, if he comes at 9:20, it's like, dude, how the hell did you?
Now, since we were just talking about Harden, is it possible to get consistent stat lines out of him like we got from him last night? Kind of going forward.
Yeah.
Like 12 assists, 28 points. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Night in and night out. I mean, you can't expect that every night, but that was a pretty good stat line for me, a double-double.
Yeah, well, he had 20. He had 28 last night. Harden.
That's understandable.
He was driving and getting to the rack, getting some fouls too. Getting some calls going his way. So it was nice to see. It was kind of refreshing.
Well, I got to ask, Dave.
Harris had 14.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm
14.
curious.
Oh, okay.
Has your opinion changed about Harden in the last couple months?
Not really. No, I'm still not on the Harden train.
Okay. I mean, look.
The one
I
thing,
respect him because he's playing.
the one thing in doing this show the last couple of years with Dave is that he does not. What you need to show him, he needs to be proven wrong, like over the top. He will not. If he has an opinion on a guy, if a guy has one good night, that's not going to sway Dave.
He's steadfast.
Yeah, and he's and you got to give it to him. He backs with conviction his opinions, and I do respect that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
because I remember like you were, I don't want Harden, I don't want Harden, I don't want Harden. You were pounding the drum.
I still don't trust him, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm in that same kind of boat. I think that the one thing I took out of it is that Harden has to do a little bit more to help me get on that Harden train. I mean, when we first saw him play on that first game in February, we were like, oh God, this guy's gonna be the next thing since Iverson. But then he started to get injured, and everything was like a little bit of a tailspin for him. So I guess it's like, I'm still on iffy about him because I don't know what he is technically. But then I'm like, some of these players that Daryl Morey brought up. I don't know if it's just that it's like, I don't know if it's like they're too old or they're like you got him a little bit too late. PJ Tucker looks like he's lost out there, and it's kind of like the Vinny LeCavier syndrome. You got him like way past his prime.
I still can't figure out his role on this team. What is his role on this
PJ Tucker looks like a guy at an old folks home who they let out into the yard who has Alzheimer's is just wandering around.
Oh my God.
He made a key rebound last night. I get it in overtime.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Right, exactly. And I just don't understand his role in the squad.
I don't know what what he is. Technically,
you brought in a guy who came with his AARP card.
The guy was meant to come in and invigorate some toughness. But the guy, in order to invigorate some toughness, you have to be tough yourself.
The only thing that's tough for him is chewing without his dentures in.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And
come on, Dame.
Here's my point of view with this.
No, anything after 9:15, you're good. So
Joey, real quick,
Sixers
are sitting in third, 13 and 12. Are we panicking or what are we doing here?
I'm not happy. I'm not panicking. I'm just not happy.
Joey, your Celtics 21 and 5.
Celtics are that good?
21 and 5.
Wow.
Joey, seriously?
That's
I apologize when they went to the finals. I apologized for calling them a dumpster fire.
Right.
But look, they have
Danny Ainge is still running the team. That's all that matters.
Well, and here's the thing: is part of it is what they have up there talent-wise.
What's up, Sean?
What really kind of worries me about the Sixers is it just doesn't feel like they're playing with urgency. Like from night to night, like Tom said, one night you could be like, "Oh my God, this is great," and then the next night you could be like, "What the hell? The wheels came off the bus."
And that feeling for me can come with them winning both of those games. They can do it in amazing fashion and ugly.
Well, losing
was no different.
What's up, Sean Gilran?
Losing to the Rockets, one of the worst teams in the league, in double overtime. Look, I get it. The Rockets came in.
Paul Spencer checking in. What's up, Paul?
The Rockets came in and said,
9:14, gentlemen.
It says 9:15.
9:14. It's just
Nine-
turned 9:15.
He hasn't sat down yet, so technically we'll give it to you, James. 9:15.
All right.
James wins the
James
invisible
wins the
pot.
invisible pot.
What's up, man? Don't worry about it, Dave.
No worries.
It adds to your charm.
Dave was partying with,
We're just talking about the 76ers
Dave
and
was
how,
partying with
how horrible Embiid looks.
Dave was
I'm
partying
just,
with
I'm
LeBron-
just
with-
kidding. I'm kidding.
Dave was partying with LeBron last night. That's why he's lame. See, I told you.
The White House?
Good morning. Yeah, the White House.
Good to see you, buddy.
well, I
Good
mean,
morning. Happy Saturday.
were you out with James with the briefcases full of $1,000 bills?
Yeah. I'm the one who carried it.
Yeah, okay.
I'd have been carrying that right off the. Woo!
And he admits it
I
too.
carried everything.
So it was you had they gave him the all the bucks.
So you're that guy.
I'm that guy. No, I heard you guys talking about that Houston game. That Houston game, I was watching on my porch, and I literally fell out my couch chair because Harden came down the court 4 or 5 times in a row with bad decisions and turned the ball over.
Mhm.
And,
Right.
and Doc Rivers, I blame that game on Doc, Joe.
Ooh. Wow.
Welcome to the side,
I blame that-
the
I blame-
right
I blame
side
that
of
on
this. You know,
It's-
Right side of the track, Joey.
It's the Doc Haters Club. Not only is he the president, but he's also a client.
yes.
Yeah, I just went to read the bylaws.
Doc
to see
support
what
a
it takes
hated
to
group.
join. No, I'm listen.
Yep.
Man, that game, I was like, dude. And then last night, oh my god, we should be celebrating a victory. Last night,
Didn't feel like one.
my brother-in-law's grandmother was celebrating her 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Thelma.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
And she makes 80 look good. Really, it's just amazing.
Love it.
So
Nice.
we were in the back of the place and watching the game, and they were up. Was it by 10 points with a minute and 50 seconds? Or
Yeah.
2:15?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And play after play after play, I'm going. What? I walked out when
They
went to overtime.
tried to give that game away. They tried. It was like-
They almost did.
yes. They
So
did.
what is he not doing, or what should he be doing in that moment? It was 2 bad passes that made no sense.
You know, I hate to say it because it's kind of like a catchphrase around this city, but it stems from practice. I mean, you practice inbound plays, and they couldn't inbound the ball. There was a side out 3 times, and then Embiid got out muscled. The passes were errant. That's just not good fundamental basketball, and that starts in practice.
Well, Embiid was double teamed.
Yeah, he was. He was double.
Wasn't even being out muscle. He's
Yeah.
double teamed. That's
Yeah.
out muscle.
So then you don't
can't-
pass to the guy. who's
Exactly.
doing it.
Exactly
You
right.
don't go to him, and you also
Right.
tell the guys to come to the ball. He brings in Thibault. Thibault, that was a dumb. Like, why would you?
Yeah,
even-
that
But-
foul.
Yeah, you need one running to the ball, one running away
But
from the ball.
is it
What's with the
going
foul,
to
Dave?
the ball when it's a side out? Like when it's being inbounded? Isn't that AAU kind of fundamental
That's street
basics?
ball. That's street
Yeah.
ball basics. You just come to the ball. I
Yeah.
mean,
Sean-
these 7 games are, I don't know.
Yeah,
Sean Kilran checking in saying he's seeing Doc Rivers not lasting the whole season with the team. Do you guys agree? See Sam Cassell as the head coach? I would take that. I would take Sam Cassell.
No, I
Kind of
think- I think Doc finishes the season.
jumping into an interim role.
I'm with Dave. I think
Doc's not going anywhere.
I think he's going to, but it's going to, there's going to be some times where people are going to be calling for his head more,
But they already are.
Dave,
more than they
Look at
already
Dave,
are.
Dave, if Davis makes that foul shot, we lose that game.
Yes.
You know that.
but he did.
I know, Dave. I know, but I'm saying.
Dave, I love you, Dave.
I'm saying. No,
I mean,
I'm not saying.
They didn't deserve to be there.
No, but no. My point being, that I mean, for the Lakers to come back from 10,
I should have made it.
I
Should've
agree.
made it.
I agree.
Well, and let's keep in mind the only way
And we-
that Doc really gets fired,
But we owned overtime.
like outright fired, is if he submarines this team.
Yeah.
In some section of the remaining season.
Well, they got
If he
they got a
submarines
big
this team.
6 games left in the 7-game
Yep.
homestand
Yeah,
now.
well,
so.
the thing is, everyone's saying it. I talked to people last night. They have the pieces. I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
we
do
know
it.
that.
It's just he doesn't. He has to figure out. I don't know why Montrez isn't playing.
Well, this feels a lot like the Phillies with the fact that we knew we had the pieces, but we weren't playing them the right way.
To
I don't know.
piggyback what you said, I think it's the exact opposite. It's kind of like the other team in town that calls himself the Flyers, and they brought in all this talent, like the Cam Atkinsons, obviously, and
Right.
Ristolainen, but then they don't like that turn on that switch. I mean, at least the Phillies like went out and tried to get the talent to go make that World Series
Right.
run.
But I'm saying when they were under Girardi, it felt like Girardi.
Oh,
was
Girardi,
put-
yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
they
yeah.
were being
Definitely.
put in the wrong. I mean, clearly they went to the World Series, so they had the right pieces.
Gotcha.
So my feeling was it was about the management. It was about the personnel
Gotcha.
being put in the right winning positions, and that's kind of being looked at right now under a microscope with the Sixers.
I don't
Yeah,
think,
no, that's a
I
good
don't,
point.
but I only difference is I don't think he would be released. I think it would be a thing was I'm stepping down and move up to the front office. I see
Stop.
that. I see that more of a
That
possibility.
front office is
If-
getting awfully crowded. Elton Brand and Daryl Morey.
Well,
Jesus.
no, I mean you guys, you have guys like that.
I don't know.
They
Roads
do
are
that.
colliding.
Yeah, so you say to him, you know, he's going to move up to the front office, but his ego, he may not. Listen, man, I'm just starting to look at the guy like I don't that Houston. Okay, let me go back to the Houston game because I got to get this off my chest. So they were back and forth climbing. I get it. I'm going to support him with this. That schedule was brutal. I know Joe goes, well, you knew the schedule back in August. Regardless, they're humans. They're flying across country, different time zones, whatever. When they got back into that Houston game and they were up by 1 point with 14 seconds left, it was 116 to 117. No, yeah, 117 to 116 with 14 seconds. When Joel Embiid throws the ball to Melton the second time and Melton's not there, this is where I blame Doc. And you tell Harden, first of all, he shouldn't have played Harden that many minutes his first game back. I don't know why he was on the court turning the ball over to that rate. They allowed that to happen. That was one. Second one, when in that moment, I know Embiid can, and you guys know I'm okay with Embiid with his jump shots, but in that moment, you tell Embiid, big fella, you have to go in the post because we're up. You go in the post, they double team you like he did last night with Melton. He threw it out, Melton hits the three. Or you get fouled, we get the free throws, we go home. Right. Instead, he allows this to happen. When are you going to open your mouth as a coach? You know, Phil Jackson had his moments of sitting there. And he also had his moments of Michael, Michael, Dennis, Scotty. You have to talk. Kobe, Shaq. Like, you have to talk. Like, I don't get this. Last night, Embiid goes off on Tobias because no one warned him and told him that Westbrook was coming behind. Like to Joe's point, are they practicing like this? I don't know.
That's the thing. I don't even know.
Play how you practice.
It's about leadership too.
Well,
I think that's the biggest thing I take out of it.
Well, and it's
You
about
play how you practice.
right.
Yeah,
And-
I
and
agree.
I stand by that.
You have to understand. Yeah, it could be about the practicing, and it could be about leadership, but it also is about motivation to want to win.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is why I brought this up a couple of weeks ago. I feel like this Sixers team is just like, we're just going to coast to the playoffs. We'll worry about everything once we get to the playoffs. And if you go in with that mentality, that is atrocious.
Mhm.
Because you are waiting for someone like an Orlando.
Could that be another second round?
That could be a
exit?
first round exit.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I mean, that could be worse.
Absolutely. Howard S. could say that earlier today.
That could be
That it could be a
worse.
first round exit with this team.
Yeah,
I mean, look. As much as we give Dave a hard time,
he's a first round.
as much as we give Dave a hard time, had that foul shot been made, they would have lost. I actually have
McLaren
footage.
Shipping knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave Yarno
Dave
put up a
Yarno
shot.
for 3.
Oh.
That's a brick and a half, Johnny.
Yeah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
There's still a replay of
I
it too.
swear,
Listen,
I swear to you this morning, I was putting my.
If I make that shot, we're still up by 23. It doesn't matter either way.
Like that high school team.
I think
Oh,
we're about, yeah,
it's-
we're up by 23.
Smoke Kobe still.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
oh, yeah.
Damn.
Wow. How about it?
So you're saying if Kobe would have played,
Oh, he did play.
so you're saying you were in the game because you were up 21 or 20?
20, 19, 18.
Okay.
But Dave, the point is, it shouldn't even come down to that game. Should have been over with.
They should have been 1 by 10. Call
They
it
should
that.
have when they were up
Oh,
10.
by the way, they were up 16.
That's right. They
should
were.
have put their foot on their throat.
And I'm looking at it going, this is not looking right. This is not looking right. Here we go.
You saw it coming.
Yep.
is this team a killer? That's
No.
really what it boils down to. Is this team a killer? Because they couldn't beat a team that was inadequate in Houston, and
Although
they
Houston-
couldn't finish a team.
Well, Houston beat Phoenix. too.
This team has killers
I mean,
when
you
they
know,
Did they?
when they
I
want to
missed
be killers.
Just like-
Kobe was a killer every night he was on the floor. Jordan was a killer every
I don't
night.
think- I don't-
Again, you can't compare,
Yeah,
and I
a
get
a
that.
team and the players. I don't think any team. I think
But
it's
no,
more like,
this team has it. Like Embiid could be an
Embiid's a
absolute
monster.
killer.
I had a debate with somebody last night telling me I need more from him. I'm like, he just gave you 38
Yep.
12.
38 and 12.
Honestly, guys, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Apparently,
Embiid is not the problem. I'm gonna leave it at that.
apparently, people want Embiid to
I don't know what to do.
open the Wells Fargo, be the first one there, clean up the stands, open all the concessions. You know,
Last night she goes, I need more from him. I go,
what more can he give you?
See,
40, 45.
Here's my thing.
I don't
It's,
know.
it's I don't want
Good
more.
morning, Norm.
No.
Norm.
Happy Saturday.
See, I don't really want more stats, Dame. I want more physicality.
I don't know what more he can do.
But see, he's
He's
playing
on the ground
soft.
5.
He's playing soft.
Explain to me.
honestly,
here we go.
Please explain to me.
Wait a minute.
Explain to me what you mean.
I was
by
going to
that.
make
At
a
this
nice
point of the season-
transition here.
At this
and
point of the
it's
season, did you
blown
see him
up
at 13 and 12? I mean, I didn't.
No.
Not at all.
Because-
But I didn't see the major injuries either.
Right.
That's a fact.
That's true.
Here's my thing: is I feel like he's playing soft because he's playing down to some of his opposition. Could he got 38 and 12, but against what Anthony Davis gives you and against what that team gives you, he could have done a lot more, and you know that.
Dude, but he dropped.
But I'm not
See,
saying
this-
statistically. I'm saying that he could have dominated both sides of the floor.
No.
That's all.
I don't know.
I've seen it.
Joe, to average 32 and 12 and 2 blocks a night in this league.
It's pretty. That's
And then
Excuse me, and play defense on the other end.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. You guys are that's a little bit extreme because here's the fact. Here's the thing about it. They brought in a specific help because the other guy chose not to help him, right? So they bring in somebody to help to give him some relief. And what does he do?
hang on. I will actually quote Ala from last night is that he even scrutinized Embiid for not being able to hold position in inbound passes and hold position defensively and hold position. He basically said, you can't be the follower. You have to set the tempo. You have to set the message. And he didn't. And Ala basically said the same thing that I'm saying now. It's not to say that he's playing poorly. It's just I don't think he's playing to the level where I have seen. Look,
The level
he
you
said-
want, let's keep it being. You want him to be the 1970, 80, 90 center. That's what you guys want.
No.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I say that. Hold up. Because when people say soft to
we
me,
got Dave
right?
going.
When people say soft, and that's a Philadelphia term, you're not the first one. Someone said it to me last night. I'm like, first of all, he's not soft. I met the dude. I would never label that man soft. That man played with a broken face. That man played with a broken thumb. That man plays through injuries.
last year.
This year
last
too,
year.
he's got tons of injuries that we don't even know about. But what I'm saying is, for him to put out night in and night out what he's doing, comes back missing 4 games and drops 35. So I don't know this soft label. Nah, man.
Is he playing like
That
he
guy's
did the
got
last
something.
2 seasons,
He's
Dame?
playing better. He's playing better, in my opinion. He's playing. He's to me because he understands. He's the one that he never wanted to do games off. That was Brett Brown and those guys. That was Brett Brown.
But he's already taken 5 games off, 6 games off this year.
Joe, he was injured, Joe. He did twist his ankle. I mean, you want him to play with a twisted ankle, and then you can't have him for the playoffs? I don't get the soft. I'm listen. You guys entitled to your opinion, but I think that's unfair.
Right, we
call
see
that
where you're
man
going.
soft.
He's not.
So
Paul,
Paul
he's not the first one.
Paul Spencer from Out of the Box Network is checking in with us, and he says, I can't call him Doc anymore. He's Glenn Rivers to me. But he lets him be to play the role of the finesse center rather than to play low in the paint and surround him with shooters and cutters. He's too dominant.
Paul, I'm sorry, buddy. The NBA has changed. You cannot have a guy in a low post every possession. And by the way, he did drive to the basket several times last night.
Yes.
And should have gotten. So
Yes.
I don't know.
But see,
that one play with Davis was nasty.
Here's the extreme, Dave.
Huh?
That one play against Davis was nasty.
Here's the extreme. You're saying that we're telling you that we want him in the post every
That's what it
play.
sounds like.
But I'm not saying that.
That's what it's
I'm saying that if the percentage of how he shoots
Mhm.
goes from outside of the key
Mhm.
at 65, 70% versus 30% inside the key,
Mhm.
that's not good enough for a guy who's got that body and he's got that makeup.
But do you guys realize?
It's
that?
got to be more balanced than that.
But for him and his skill set, right? I got to go back to Patrick Ewing. Always going to the baseline jump shot when needed. But yes, Patrick Ewing in that era dominated in the post. We understand that. But for this guy's skill set, I would say that it's okay because he's effective now. Is he shooting tons of threes? No, he's not. He shoots about 2 a game, maybe 3. He shot one early last night. But he's still going to do his mid-range, his 12-footer. But that's a part of his game.
Paul
That's a part of
says,
his game.
not saying every possession, it's game by game, playing your opponent by their strengths.
Yep.
Is I guess the point that he's trying to make.
Again, I don't know what more. Paul, I'm sorry, man. If a guy is giving me 38, 40 points, 50 points, I don't give a darn if he's doing it on a unicycle. I don't give a darn if he's doing it on a tricycle. He's figuring out how to get his team some points. And oh, by the way, Joe, Paul, I watched him carry us before he got hurt. I watched him say, "Give me the ball in the fourth quarter."
Yeah, well,
not a lot of dudes are doing that.
Keep in
Not a lot of
mind,
dudes are doing that.
keep in mind, he's also part of that team that gave up the lead last night. And you can't say that, oh, well, he's excluded
I go back to
because
Florida.
of some of the other
You
decisions.
ever see the Secret Service agents that are around the president when he's out in public, and then will jump in front of a bull for him? That is Damon Salim when it comes to Joel Embiid. He will jump in front of a bullet for that man.
And
I know you do.
No, listen. Do I criticize him? Do I think sometimes he works hard when he dribbles to the post? Absolutely.
Dame loves his
But-
Joel.
Paul's in lockstep with Joey. He says, "Yeah, the record supports that. Something has to change." And sorry, Damon, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But I'm just saying, like, to the point. I don't get when people say he's soft. That now, if you tell me they can be
Well,
the
let
post
me
a
be
little bit
clear.
more. Okay, no, you're not the first one to say it. So
Right,
I'm
but
not-
let me
I'm
be
not
clear.
blaming
I'm not
you.
saying he's soft overall in his career. I think he's soft this year.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying. Because I have seen now you've shown me 2 years where you are the MVP. I don't give a damn if they gave it to that other douchebag in Denver. It's not the most valuable participant award.
Douchebag?
Yeah, the douchebag. Look it up, Dave. But you know, here's my
He
feeling.
won it 2 years in a row, but yet he's a douchebag. Okay.
That's a drop.
Well, because he just showed he won.
It wasn't what
He won because he showed up to the game. He punched a time clock and punched out. He only played half of the damn court. He didn't even play defense.
He's a 2-time MVP.
Oh wow, Deal checking in. You will never see me say this again. Go Birds. Go Birds.
And-
Amen, brother. We'll get to that.
And
No!
listen, Dave. Listen, they may have handed him that MVP, but he did not earn that MVP.
Okay.
Let me be clear.
He didn't, Dave.
But
What is your definition of soft, Joe? At the end of the
My-
day, what is your definition of what is
okay,
what is
And by the way,
making
Dave,
him
I'm
soft?
a Joel guy. You know that.
my
So,
definition of soft
you know that.
is a guy that has
Love the man.
the framework, the strength, and the God-given ability to do what Joel can do, and chooses to do something that Stephen Curry does. You're not Stephen Curry's makeup. And
Yo, didn't he only miss 2 shots last night?
who?
Thank you.
JoJo.
He's like 9 for 11. I don't know. I can't keep up. The guy just drops 30 something.
Look, if what's his average? What's his average from
Let me ask you this question.
range?
Let me ask this question. Is there
He
any
had 38
other
last night.
is there any other
Cool, 38.
center in this league that has the same
He had
body
38 points.
and makeup and skill set as Joel Embiid? Does
No,
any-
and that's
okay.
what he's showing
So
you on a
then-
night in, night out
But,
basis.
but my point is this: it doesn't just have to be 70% from the field. It can be underneath too. You just said it yourself, Dame. Patrick Ewing could dominate a game because he knew he could within a certain framework.
Mhm.
Joe knows he can dominate a game, but he doesn't always stick to the formula. that works.
There is no formula.
Because there's a multitude of things that he can do.
Yes.
Now it's time for me to get to the free throw line. I've seen him do that. Dave, come on. I've seen him go, let me get to the line. Boom.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, your boy Anthony Davis was in foul trouble last night. I wonder why. I
He
wonder
only had
why.
5. I mean, it went into overtime.
Yeah, but he had 3 early on in the first
Yeah,
half.
3 in the first
Right,
half.
but if we're talking about foul trouble, Joel Embiid fouled out against Houston.
AD had
which
30
was
points last
suspect.
night.
Oh, you know why? Yeah, speaking of which, thank you, Joey. Tony Brothers, I'm looking for you. Tony
I
Brothers.
knew this was coming.
Tony
I
Brothers.
knew this was
Tony
coming. That
Brothers is not a
is not
brother.
safe.
He's not a brother to the
That
city of
brother
brotherly
is not
love.
safe.
No,
That brother is not safe.
my mother told me not to hate, but that guy, when are you retiring, Tony Brothers?
That
Tony
brother,
Despise you as a
that brother
referee.
is not safe.
Dave is not a Tony Brothers guy.
As a referee, you're
Damon's
despicable.
fired.
Nice game, buddy boy.
All those fouls they called in the first quarter in that Houston game was ridiculous. And Tony Brothers was ahead of that.
He's
You know what that guy is?
Okay, let me
Dave, you know what that guy is? He's a douchebag.
let me ask this
Let
question.
me find him on
Dave,
South Street.
Dave,
I got something for him.
is Joel Embiid MVP candidate this year?
Not right now,
No.
Why not?
because his team is 13 and 12.
12. Yes, that's why.
But if his team was, I don't know, 18 and 7,
Maybe.
he dropped 59 points. That was the best. That was the best performance so far this year. The best on both sides of the court. That performance outshines anyone's performance
So what's
on both sides.
Why is this team 13 and 12?
Doc Rivers.
Injuries.
Injuries played a part.
Injuries as well.
But I will say this: in Doc's fairness, when they were out, they did their thing. Now when we met last week, they should not have lost those 3 games in a
They
row.
were actually playing better before Maxey got hurt too. You got to put that in
Do
perspective.
we know what the timetable on his return
I
is?
don't know.
They said-
He's not
they
They
even.
said Christmas.
He's
said
not even
Christmas.
walking.
No. He was on the court. He was on the court.
He was on the
He
court.
was
That's
shoot-
what
I heard he was shooting.
I heard
but-
they haven't ramped him up as much
No,
yet.
Doc Rivers is telling him. He's not. He's
What,
ways
Chri-
away.
So
So
Christmas.
yesterday, no. According to Woj, right last night on ESPN,
Whoa.
he said that he should be ready either after this homestand or at the very least Christmas Day. He'll
Okay.
be back.
A
soon.
Woj bomb.
I would wait to
They have the next Christmas Day. Is that
I
right?
would wait to the New
That's what I
Year.
thought I heard.
No,
I would wait till the
we
New Year.
Can't afford it. We got it, man. We got to get some games. First of all, let's.
You know the point that we were making earlier, where we were saying it's kind of blah sometimes out there. It will not be blah when Maxey comes back. He is the spark on this.
Now, what the future holds for this
That's
team
James's boy right there.
is
James
going
loves
to
Maxey.
be
Yeah, he's a
is
good
going to
dude.
be hinged on what Maxey does.
Here's what I don't know, man.
I just don't like
It's like
that fact
Dave's a
that
Joel
it's
guy,
broken.
and
Just hope he
James
comes
is a
back
Maxey guy.
like himself.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. A
Me
broken
too.
foot,
Me
my
too.
broken foot.
Oh, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's the beauty about it, Joe, because I know you were worried about this. He didn't have to have surgery.
That's good.
No,
No, it's all natural.
Huh.
Yeah, man.
Kind of like me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, I do want to. There's a lot I want to get into.
You're natural, all right.
So that's a good thing, Joe. Is it, no screws in the foot?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know all about that.
Joe, I'll tell you.
Yes,
man,
you do.
I appreciate you. I get you. You know, we got a little fired up, but
That's what
That's love.
makes sports talk so great. You can totally respect someone and want to rip their heart out
but
with your point that you're trying to make.
but we're both aiming for the same goal. We want to
Yeah.
see the 6. I just told somebody yesterday. I said, dude, I was at the parade like
I want the
40
best
years
for this
ago.
team.
And,
I
and
want
I'm
the-
like, I want this dude to win, man.
Joe Papernard's checking in.
Oh, boy.
Good morning, fellas. Who's got a stiffy besides
Oh,
me?
Lord.
That means I'm not-
Ladies and gentlemen, there's Pat, and there he goes. Love you, Pat. Anyway, real quick, before I transition in to your Philadelphia Phillies, who've been making some. When a baseball team makes noise in December, you know it's a good thing, especially when they went to the World Series just the season ago.
Yep.
The season ago, like a month or two ago. But
And they're making deals that
I wanted to say something real quick. In a couple of weeks, it's our 5-year anniversary for the Pattison Ave Phanatcis Show.
Yes,
Really?
Wow.
Nice.
And there have been multiple hosts on this show. We have teamed up with multiple networks. We've had a lot of guests on the show. Anybody that's ever even clicked on the YouTube or Facebook link to listen to us, just wanted to say thank you.
We appreciate it.
This idea came from 3 guys sitting at a dining room table doing what we love to do
with a cell phone.
with a cell phone. It actually sounded pretty good with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Now here we are sitting in the studio, with great guys who have great opinions. James James came along not too shortly after we started the show.
Yep.
We added Damon, we added Dave and Frank, and we had Will and Rob when we first started the show, and it's been an incredible 5 years, and I
It's
just
hard to
wanted,
believe it's been around for 5 years.
I just
man.
wanted to say thank you to everybody that has come along for this ride, because it's
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
it's been awesome to do it, and here's to another 5.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
And
know?
before I need to guys and do it, Frank, my prayers with you and your family, man.
Yeah, we were we
Yeah,
talked
Frank,
about that
we-
when we first
I'm
came
sure you
on.
did. I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Love you, Frank, and we're thinking about you and you and your family today.
Never good.
Yep.
Never good anytime. Holidays.
Nah,
Yeah,
No.
that's rough. Yeah.
absolutely.
Hang in
Yeah.
there, Frank. We're with you, man.
Yeah, we're with you, pal.
Well, boys, there's a baseball team in this town, and they are making headlines again,
Yep.
in a big way. So let's go all-time signings, and when I say all-time signings, I mean for a piece that fits exactly what your team needs. Oh, and just happens to be the best personnel at that position available in free
Or, I
agency.
mean, all-time signings in history. Or,
Where would you put this Trey Turner signing in your, because like I would use T.O. as an example. Bringing in T.O.
Moses.
in the 04 season. Moses Malone.
Dykstra.
Bringing in dude.
Yeah.
Like signings like that. I mean, I put this right
Roy
up there
Halladay.
with those because he fits
Yeah,
one of your most glaring needs. Another really great bat. I mean, when this news went down, I think I've sent it on the group, the EOP group text first.
Yep.
Because now that I'm at work, either I'm in the office listening to sports talk radio, which, Dame, I got a funny story for you in a second here,
Yeah.
or I'm Bryce Harper 2.0. Joe Scorza just put on the board here. Peggy and Frank both. Thank you guys. Love you guys. We love you guys as well. Peggy Finnegan and Frank are checking in. But I was listening to the radio and they broke it. I was like, wait a minute, is this for real?
Mm.
So you do a little research before you text because you don't want to be
'cause
that.
the judge-
You don't want to be that guy.
The judge got
You see, Joe Sheeran was all over me. He was like, "Oh, I'm looking
This
for this."
is not draft night again, Tom.
He was like, "What?"
Well, they had Judge in Frisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyword had.
Yeah, I'm like,
And I was like, wait. And as soon as
I was
Cashman
kind of
heard
happy
that,
about it.
as soon as Cashman heard that Judge was going to San Francisco, no. Get your narrow
Right.
ass back here.
So and to Dame, the funny story, I'm sitting there in my office last week at work, and I'm giggling out loud to myself. And one of the ladies in the office walks by, and she's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "You wouldn't understand." She was like, "Try me." I said, "Damon's on with cousin the Tunis, and he's just making me laugh." She was like, "You're right. I have no idea what that means."
my dad with Richard Pryor. and the penthouse.
Yes.
Yeah, my
How
dad-
great was that segment?
Dude, that was awesome. I didn't. My buddy Darren hits me up. He's like, "Dude, I was crying." I'm like, "Yeah, my dad at the Penthouse magazine. Jimmy Connors was married to the centerfold because they were talking about
Yeah.
magazines. And the day before they were talking about.
I was looking up the answer. I was going to text you, but then somebody gave it to him.
And she was, and at that time, Big Joe remembers. She was the hottest thing, and Jimmy Connors married her. And I was like, oh, so my dad had.
Jimmy Connors, one of the
And
best tennis players ever.
I did a little examination.
So I'll give you guys. I'll give you guys and the folks that are
I
out
bet
there
you did.
listening a little backstory on Anthony Gargano's show this past week. They basically kind of turned it into a segment where the first time you like got caught or your stash or like with like a nudie mag or anything like that. I remember I had a VHS that I got from a buddy, and another guy had a very similar story. I had a VHS. It was in the VCR downstairs, and I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't forget. Parents were coming home. I yank it out of the VCR, and I throw it up the stairs so that, because I didn't get a chance to call on the cuz, I figured I'll do it on our show. I throw it up the stairs before my mom walks through the door, and then I forget that it's at the top of the stairs. She walks up to the top of the stairs, finds it, pops it in, then proceeds to take it out, snap it in half, and flip out on me.
Oh, didn't even let you finish watching it.
No.
Miss Kelly don't.
And so there was conversations about, like guys calling the 900 number. I ran up $1,000 phone bill when I was younger.
Whoa!
Yes, oh yeah.
You were that 976 guy?
Yes, I was.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I didn't realize, whatever. They were just like saying it cost something a minute, but then they would still let you do whatever.
99 cents a minute.
So apparently I was a degenerate from a young age.
Oh, God.
But
Yeah, I had an out. I just blamed everything on my brother.
absolutely. He had that stash hidden in the ceiling
Yeah.
in your bedroom. I remember that.
My brother made me do it.
No, it was my brother's stash.
His brother had a stash of
And
Playboys.
We had a drop ceiling.
A drop
in our-
ceiling. It was up. I remember because Joey and I have been hanging out since we were kids.
Yeah, I had a drop ceiling. Me and my brother had bunk beds. I was on the top bunk, and we had a drop ceiling in our bedroom, and I found the nudie mags in the drop ceiling. I'm like, what?
They had bunk beds, so
I'm
he
like,
would just.
What's up here?
Oh, it's Christmas
And
early.
And I punch it, and I go, wow. And then my mom walks in, and
As you're doing it,
no,
I mean, as you grab it.
no.
I'm doing it. I mean, I didn't hear that came out wrong. I know. I always want to
She
show.
walks in.
Douchebag.
She walks in,
As
and she sees. I guess one may have slipped out of the drop ceiling, and she goes.
I can hear Helen's voice now.
And she goes, whose stuff is this? I'm like, it's Tommy's.
Not this Tommy. His brother's name. His older brother's name, Tommy, as well.
I was like, it's Tommy's. It's Tommy's.
As you can see, we talk about everything here on the past.
It was such a phenomenal topic on Gargano's show. I laughed so hard.
Yo, Dave, my mom didn't play. Absolutely, I dropped a dime on my brother.
1,000,000%.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He
gotcha.
was
At
the
that
fall
point-
guy.
At that point,
that's
you're
good.
rolling anybody. Best friend, dad, brother, does not matter.
Yeah.
I apologized to Tom plenty of times. Tom, I'm sorry. I just have
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
self-preservation, man.
All right, to get it back to some semblance of sports, since we did jump off the rails
That's
a little
good
bit.
stuff.
My fault. And they weren't done after signing Turner. They bring in Strom and Taiwan Walker.
Walker.
How much better is your pitching staff now than it was going into the World Series?
I don't trust Walker. He's hurt,
Uh,
a lot.
I trusted 100 times more than I did because Taiwan Walker, he's a good pitcher.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying he's
my-
not,
my-
but he gets injured a lot.
My coworker's a huge Mets fan. He said, "You guys got a good one."
Yeah, he's a good pitcher.
Here's
I'm
the
not saying
thing.
he's not, but
Here's
I'm saying,
the thing, Dave. We've already dealt with injuries.
I'm
when
saying
starting with pitching.
injuries hit him a lot, though.
No, I get it, but he gets worked a lot.
Mm.
Like that's where I think the injuries happen is when he was with the
Good point.
Mets, he was pitching 6-7 innings.
He was. Yeah.
That's part of the problem. You're
Right.
not going to get that here.
Nah.
So he's going to get reserved a little bit more.
Mhm.
And if you talk about getting a number 3 pitcher,
Mhm.
so now you have Wheeler, Nola, Walker, and
Alvarez.
Suarez.
Wouldn't Suarez be number 3?
No.
No.
So
Suarez
let me ask you this then,
You're
Joe.
fourth.
Is there a way in baseball where you can you just said something profound, like instead of having them 7, 8 innings or 6, 7 innings, kind of coast them along throughout the season, and then as we get further in, crank them up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they considered with Bailey Falter.
Okay.
They did that with Bailey Falter early in the season. They
Okay.
had him pitch 3 or 4 innings,
Mhm.
and then they progressively got him to 5 or 6 towards the end of the season. So they might do something like that with Taiwan Walker in the sense that they might give him 5 innings and then ramp him up closer.
So
to
wouldn't they
6.
make him the fourth pitch? The fourth because
No, I think it would be 3.
So
over Suarez?
Yeah, I
Here-
think it would go. It
'cause
would
you're
go
gonna-
Wheeler, Nola,
he-
Walker.
you paid him a
then
lot of
Walker's
money.
righty. He's right.
You,
Yeah, I'm
you-
saying,
you
but
paid
Ranger
him-
would be your fourth.
Oh yeah,
and Walker is ready for that role, but you already paid him a lot of money. But you also have to keep in mind with Suarez,
Mhm.
that's a hell of a 4th pitcher. I mean,
I
that
agree. I agree.
guy is a hell of a
Joey,
4th
I have a
pitcher.
question for you.
And then Bailey
Go ahead.
Falter is 5. Go ahead.
Joey,
What?
what was your take on Eflin going to Tampa?
I couldn't understand. Well,
You got good
worse
money
than
too.
that, I couldn't understand the DeGrom deal.
Yeah,
that
still
DeGrom
scratching-
deal
yeah,
was like a
that
little
threw
bit-
me away.
I'm
The
scratching
Brown
my
went to the
head.
Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
But-
like, what the hell?
but
is
Joey,
this?
Eflin to Tampa, were you? Yes, no, maybe.
I was like, okay. why
Yeah, I
not?
mean, it's not like he was like
Well,
a missing piece. Like,
Here's my thing. He turned down a player option for, I think it was like 12 and a half.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he only took 14 million.
Because he's going to start, Joe.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
knock.
That's a
I'm gonna
3-year
knock
deal.
through. Joey and I got something to do after the show today, so I'm gonna kind of fast track some of this stuff right here. I want to knock through these couple Phillies questions and then jump into the Birds.
All right.
Does Turner automatically go to the leadoff spot?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So far, they're saying he's not.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because so far I've heard we're going to see what happens.
No,
kind of up in the air.
No,
I heard the same thing, Tom.
that's a no-brainer. If they don't, then they're really messing things up.
Dabrowski was on with Marks and Reese later in the week, and he basically said something that was very profound to me. He said, Schwarber's not married to that leadoff.
Yes,
spot.
I heard that.
I said that is the political
If
way
they
of
put that
saying,
guy at number one, oh my God.
that is the
That's
political
wrong.
way of saying Schwarber's not your leader.
So where does Schwarber go?
2.
2 or 3.
I would say 2.
A guy who hit almost 50 home runs.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too, is that I took out of it is that, like, what do you do on that, like, 1 and 2 hole? I mean, like you said, Schwarber had how many here? Huh? Last one was last year?
48.
Yeah, and then you have Trey Turner. So I mean, for me, I'll say the 3 guys obviously when Harper comes back will be Turner or Schwarber. But then again, like, I know what I'll trust Rob Thompson to see what he can.
Yeah, but with
That's all
Harper,
I got.
with
That's
Harper
all.
out to
That's
what?
all that matters to me.
June?
Mhm.
With
All-Star
Harper out to
break.
what? All-Star break?
Nah, man, maybe longer.
Could be longer.
I heard All-Star break, but
Yeah, me too.
that's when that you could bet that the All-Star break is when they're going to
They might-
evaluate.
I'm going
guys,
to
hear me
affect.
out here.
I'm not going to see. We're not
Guys,
going to see Harper.
Frank says Phils aren't done. The Mets pitcher Bassett was in town last night.
I
Hear
did
me
see
out.
that.
They might bring Stott at 2. That's a possibility.
Stott's going to be a utility player.
I don't know if he's or not.
Not
I'm
Stott.
No, he's
All
the
right,
second.
so
best.
I'm thinking of Sosa. I'm sorry.
I'm saying if they go
Sosa,
Turner 1, Stott 2,
I'm not Stott.
and then you could go
Harper, and let's say everybody's healthy and back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Harper 3,
Schwarber
4, Hoskins 5,
5.
Castellanos
Well,
6.
I gotta bring in something about Hoskins.
You got to
Just
Word
a
on the
thought.
street is that Ben Davis said that don't be surprised if Hoskins isn't on the roster, that they may move Hoskins, re-sign Segura, move him to 3rd for defensive purposes, and move Bohm to 1st.
I don't like that.
Well, here's the thing, though, James. The problem is they're not going to re-sign Hoskins for a number of reasons.
Right.
I like Hoskins, as you guys well know.
That's a possibility.
They're not going to do that. My thing is, what do you get for him? Like, to me, you need another bat.
You're not going to get much.
Because if you bring in Brad Hall, okay, I'm just going to assumption that Harper's not going to play most of the season. I'm going to say maybe September.
Right.
Okay, let's just,
Worst case scenario.
Worst case
Paul
scenario.
Mancini checking in. Looks like on YouTube. Paul says Phillies need a left-handed bat. They have too many right-handed bats in their lineup.
Ryan Howard's available. But the thing about it,
he's got a point.
My guy Ryan.
Did you hear Cole Hamels is trying to maybe make a comeback?
I heard that.
Hollywood.
He won't give it up.
Yeah,
Hollywood saying Hollywood.
Hollywood can't stay off.
Hollywood.
But so no.
stay
But
away.
if they were to do that, I'm with you. I'm like, so what do you get for Reese Hoskins? What do you need? Do you need another bat? Like, but I can see that.
There was
I do
another
like
player
James
that struck me too. I said it on one of the EOP shares. Brian Reynolds from the Pirates is available, and I think Frank asked me, so who do you replace him with?
Right.
Maybe that could be Reese. Like maybe you replace Reese with Brian Reynolds.
How about Cody going to the Cubs, guys?
I have a hot take.
Wow.
Who's this?
I have a hot take before I end the Phillies talk, and I'll see what you guys think of it. If Castellanos can find his bat, next year's Phillies team will have the best average going through a season lineup in Phillies history. As far as batting, most homers, most RBIs.
I don't trust bats.
And most stealing bases because of Trey Turner too.
And the bases being bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't trust
Kobe.
Well, Tom, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull
He didn't
Frank.
make it.
I think the Phillies are going back to
was
the
a
World
brick
Series.
fix.
Now, that was my last question. My last question for the Phillies is, can they stand up to the pressure of everyone knows how hard it is to repeat in any of the 4 major sports and go back to your respective championship? Can the Philadelphia Phillies in the 2023 deal with the pressure of making it back to the World Series? Because now the expectations are so much higher
It's tough.
than they were this year.
That's tough to
You
do.
know the pressure that's going to come with that.
Back to back
Is
is
this
tough.
team going to be up for it?
I mean, they did it in 2008, 2009. So I mean, but obviously it was like they had a lot of talent on that team. But
They did have a
if they
lot of
have
talent on that team.
but with this team, I mean, like
Can't say
they could be
don't
the
have-
best team in baseball.
I don't disagree. Sean Kilran says if you trade Hopkins, you go get pitching for him, some more help in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you guys hear the Padres made 3 offers to 3 different players?
And Trey was one of them.
And it was over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion.
Yep.
Jesus.
Well,
Good Lord, that's
win-
a lot of money.
Winter
Trey,
That's a
meetings-
Trey
lot of
turned down less
cash.
money to come to us. I was
So
shocked.
Remember those Chris Rock jokes? Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
the,
Yeah, right.
the winter meetings, the Padres owner literally opened up his checkbook for over $1 billion.
That's insane.
What the
He's just
hell?
like $80 for a cake. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Give me a cupcake with a match in it.
But Trey didn't only just turn down the Padres; he turned down Seattle.
Yes,
Paul
he did.
Mancini says
Who
with
turned them up?
with
God,
Harper
Trey,
out,
Trey turned on San Diego. Which
Trey
gave-
Turner?
besides
which actually
Schwarber
was
and
giving him
March,
more.
Because the
March.
women run the
The
show.
show.
Yes.
His wife wanted
With-
to be in Philly.
with Harper out, but she's from Flemington, New Jersey. that's
End
all.
of story.
With Harper out, besides
Flemington's very
Schwarber and Marsh at the bottom of the lineup, right-handed batters facing tough right-handed pitchers in the NL East will be rough.
So-
Mets Braves, etc.
So will
They
Dave?
do have
will,
a couple lefties.
will Dave get his closer this year?
Who?
Dave. Will Dave get his closer?
I don't know. I don't
Who's
even
that?
know if we're going
We
to.
need
I don't know
a
if
clo-
we
we-
deserve to be
We
there.
just lost Robertson. So I mean, what do you? I mean,
He
I'm-
was
I'm-
mediocre at
Robertson
best.
was not.
I'm
not
saying
that
They,
good.
they, were, they were
I'll
hoping
miss him.
they were hoping that you would do, like you were getting the Robinson that
Yeah.
wasn't on the Phillies the first time.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
basically what you
Yeah.
got to get.
Yeah, nah, we're
When,
good.
when he got hurt celebrating, I'm like, oh, here
Do you
we go
trust
again.
him? Do you trust Dominguez? I don't.
Yes.
Oh, I do.
I trust her.
No.
Andy.
Yeah, I like how they
Hell
do it.
yeah, we go
I-
back.
yeah.
We're from Philly. No one likes us.
That's
so we
why I
don't
brought it
care.
up.
Fuck yeah,
I
Sean
don't
Killian.
trust.
You
I
know
don't
what?
trust Dominguez.
Joe, he doesn't trust Dominguez. How
He's
come?
the over 6.
Frank Finnegan, the
Huh?
MLB Network now
Yeah, it was
ranks
like
the
over
Phillies
6,
as the
right?
number
What, in
2
the World
team in
Series?
baseball.
Well, the playoffs.
Who's number one?
I don't know what team's
Rookies.
number
I
1,
can't.
whatever team they are. They're a bunch of douchebags.
There's that word again.
Sorry,
Would not
the
be
way
sur-
you said it cracked me.
Oh.
Douchebag. That was funny for me. Well, listen,
That should be the drop of the week.
Job of the week.
as
Dude,
amazing.
spring training's in like 8
I
weeks.
know.
This is ridiculous.
It's-
Pitchers
it's-
and catchers in 2 months.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
It's
Get the
ridiculous.
bats out, Dave. Let's
As,
go.
as amazing as the Philadelphia Phillies
It is.
offseason already is, there is an 11-1 football team in this town.
Yeah, baby.
11-1. Did anybody see them throttling the Titans like they did last week?
I didn't see the game, so I
Let,
can't say.
let me go.
Oh,
on a limb
you
here.
did?
I was watching. I was watching Indiana Jones and Disney.
He
so
was
I
in
didn't-
Disney. He was in Disney.
I was
You were in
Disney World,
Disney?
yes.
Let me go on a limb
Did you
here.
watch the Colts Cowboys?
I did.
Of course you did.
But here's the thing.
I mean, you can't.
I was in.
You
No,
beat
no,
him.
that was,
You
that
beat
was
the
an eight-
third-
Houston
91
number 1.
That was
Houston
an
number 1.
8-15 game.
You're beating the 39.
That was an 8:30 game, so I got home in time. To see that.
You're beating the 39-year-old.
Yo, they smacked the living bejesus out of the Titans.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, 30 yards.
King Henry, Court Jester Henry.
30 yards.
Yeah.
Shots
I
fired.
can't believe
Yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Obviously, because according to Kobe Dean got to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
did.
yeah,
He
dude,
did.
he fucking tore it up.
King,
Yes,
Hen-
he did.
Yeah,
King
he did.
Henry looked
I
like
didn't see
Tywin
the game. I don't know.
Lannister.
I'm just
Al said he called it. This team is legit.
Yeah.
keep saying that, Al. Keep saying it.
Al, you
Yeah.
keep saying it.
Keep saying it, Al.
You've earned it.
All day long.
You've earned
Hey,
the
yo.
right.
Hey, yo, Al, but who called the new MVP of this league in Jalen Hurts? That be
His name's Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes.
The guy with the thumbs.
Yeah.
This guy.
Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in his division.
I said top 5, and everybody
Yeah,
laughed
I
at me.
did it, TK. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is
just
the
said,
best
"What?"
quarterback. He's the best
Say
quarterback
what?
in his division.
I can't. You can't say that.
Yes,
Yes,
you
I
can.
can.
No, you
Yes, you
cannot.
can. You can.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
can.
can. He couldn't say, oh,
You
he
can't
couldn't say it at the beginning of the year.
I release you.
Time out.
You
Jack
couldn't say it 6 games ago, but you can say it now.
Jack is 26 and 6 against the NFC East. You cannot say that.
Get him, Joe.
Can't say it.
It's on you, Joe.
Best quarterback in the conference.
Can't say
Hey,
it.
hey, Dave.
Get him,
Hey,
Joe.
Dave. Is Dak in the MVP conversation?
Nope. He was injured.
Is Dak 11-1?
Dak's 9. What are you talking about? Dak is
Hey.
26 and 6 against the NFC East.
Right.
26 and 6. Can Jalen Hurts say that? No, he cannot.
Here we go.
And how many playoff wins does he have?
How many does Jalen have?
None.
How many times?
Oh,
How many times?
Zach gets one more than Jalen. Oh, there we go.
And he'll have one more.
One more than Jalen.
And he'll have
Hater
one,
Dave.
and he'll have one
A
less.
lot of haterade over here.
Because I tell you this,
Joey, I will see you Christmas Eve, my brother.
Oh,
And we're ready to roll, baby.
Yes.
You better don't slip against the Giants. Don't do it, Joey. If you slip against those Giants, Christmas Eve's on.
no. You know what I'm looking forward
Giants
to?
are coming, Joey.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the NFC Championship game. Dallas Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field.
Dallas won't make
Wait a
it there. They'll
Wait a
get bumped in the
minute,
second
you-
round.
You see that happening?
No.
Dallas are the Sixers of football.
Whoa.
Damn it.
That hurt.
All right, Mr.
That
TB12
hurt.
over here. I hear you.
That hurt.
I see you, Mr. Joey James TV. I see you.
Uh,
Nah, not happening.
And realistically speaking,
Let me
Go
go on a limb here.
Yes, sir.
I want to
Yes,
get
sir.
this all by
Uh-oh,
chest. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Glenn
get it, go
here.
get it. Go
I'm
get
sorry
it.
for
baby.
interrupting.
No, you're not interrupting.
Go
Go get it.
Come here, Timmy.
The lack of respect of this league that everybody is not giving us a chance is the absolute worst of mankind.
It's making you mad, isn't it?
It's making me really
Why?
furious because I'll tell you why. Because this team is so passionate. They have so much great talent on this team, and the only thing they talk about is, oh, did you see how Justin Jefferson made this catch? Did you see this boy here? They're talking about Brock fucking Purdy. Who the fuck is Brock Purdy?
He's a
I'm
good
sorry. I mean, the lack of
Sounds like a used car salesman.
it sounds like a Pearl Jam song. It sounds like a damn 90s
Who the F is
rock
Brock
song.
Purdy?
James is going off.
It's ridiculous.
James, I'm going.
How many times do we have to say this? No one likes this and we don't care. I get that until we die.
Yeah.
But the lack of the respect is the absolute worst
I love
of
it.
mankind.
I love it because this team will feed off of
You're
it.
damn right.
I love it.
You're
James,
goddamn right.
To disrespect
Wow.
an 11-1 football team.
And like my buddy Tom Kelly says, fuck you.
Yeah.
damn.
Damn.
James. I'm going to say this. So Adam Schefter was on with Kincaid.
Good thing we're not FCC regular.
Yeah. Adam Schefter was on with Kincaid as he is on Wednesdays, and Kincaid said to him,
Backed them into a corner.
he goes, "Do you know the ESPN
Feel better.
analytic
Do you?
guys rank the Cowboys
Yep.
I'm
first?
scared. I'm sitting next to you.
Rank the Cowboys first.
ESPN.
Rank the Buffalo Bills, and Kansas City, and
Good.
the Eagles." So Adam Schefter goes, "Really?"
ESPN.
He goes, "Nah,
said-
I don't see how the Cowboys are above the Eagles." This is Adam Schefter. Quote,
ESPN had on their website
Quote unquote.
that the Cowboys
Damn, I love you. I
are
do.
the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't know.
Well,
That's
those-
what ESPN said.
well,
11-1 because they won 11 games and lost one.
And a quarterback is the biggest reason why.
And Kincaid told Adam Schefter to go by with a pencil and hit those analytic
Don't
geeks
be
in the head. Listen, I don't deal with analytics, okay? I'm a mathematician by trade. I love math. But when it comes to sports, I don't have time to figure out if you're on the 20-yard line with 3rd and 5. That means nothing to me.
Yes.
Play the game.
Tell him,
Play the
Damon.
game.
The other thing I could take out of it too is that, like, Jalen Hurts is playing at a high level. You know,
Very
this is
smart.
probably the best time to. I mean, like I said, I was wrong about the guy. I'm glad I was wrong about him because the last 2 years. I mean, the first show we were on, Joey and Tommy were here, and I talked about the new normal not being like, when is that ever going to start? This could be it, but the only difference is it's going to happen for like 5 to 10 more years because
Joey,
this
two
team
words.
is legit to win a lot more than
Joey,
just one
two
Super
words
Bowl.
for you. I got 2 words for you.
I agree, James.
Graham Gano.
Who?
Graham Gano.
Graham
Kick-
Gano.
Kicker,
Let-
kicker
let's-
for the
see,
Giants is
that's
going to
what
win on Sunday.
Yo.
listen to your
Yo.
response. When you said his name, what did you hear?
Who?
It wasn't a lot of owls in the kitchen. There is a
James
consensus.
and I said who at the same time.
Right.
Kicker
And we
for
weren't
the
saying who,
Giants. You
we were not
if you
saying
guys
who
don't-
that. We were not saying who
Say
that. We were like, who?
Yeah, Graham Gano.
Graham, good. You and your kickers.
I'm a kicker guy.
Listen,
My buddy of mine will be really happy to hear that.
I,
I like kickers. Hey,
will-
you're only good as your
Caleb
last
Sturgis
pick.
might
I will tell you this right now. Not only is Jalen Hurts better than Dak Prescott,
Absolutely is.
He's not.
not only is he better than Dak Prescott,
No, he's not.
he's better than any quarterback in the NFC.
I'm going to drop a bomb on you. There's 3 top quarterbacks in the league, and Jalen
Amen.
Hurts is one of them
Yep.
right now.
And guess what,
Right
Dave? Whether you
Now.
like it or not, you best put respect
Let me
on
tell-
that man's
Hurts,
name.
Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Yes, sir.
Did I say anything about Hurts?
and-
Nothing.
and-
I said nothing about Jalen Hurts.
You say he's not better than
No,
Dak.
but
You
you're,
know,
no,
you're
no,
sitting
no.
here.
I don't disrespect the guy.
He's just disagreeing. I get it. You're just disagreeing with.
He's a great player. I'm not. I think he's playing
Why
absolutely out
is
of
he
his
worse?
mind.
Why is he worse than Dak?
Well, I didn't say he was worse than Dak. I just
Wait.
said-
So
Well,
You
He
did
worse.
say he
No,
that
I
Dak's
just said
better.
I
that's
said
Dak.
Dak is 26-6.
He is. That's his record.
Well,
Against the
right,
NFC.
but
he's played
that-
more
but
games.
that's-
I mean,
He's playing more game. Right.
Dak's been in the league for 10 years.
Seven.
I'm
Seven.
exaggerating, but-
Seven.
Al came up with a new nickname,
Seven.
Delusional Dave.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, Al, it's called delusional Eagle fan. That's
This
what
is
it's
what I'm talking about. And TK.
hey, we're 11-1. That's all that matters.
called. It's nothing until you get to the
With
playoffs.
a Super Bowl in the last 5 years.
Wait
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Wait the hell! Wait, no. We are not letting that slide.
Oh,
We are
no.
not letting
no.
that
Hey, I
slide.
brought it up.
His fangs are coming out right now.
You
He's
opened the
awake.
door.
You're out of order, man.
Fuck in.
You're out of order.
Hey,
Wait, you-
I'll put it this way. Okay, it's only 2 games behind.
So wait a
We're only
minute.
2 games behind you.
So wait a
Don't
minute.
slip against the Giants. That's all I'm going to say. Don't
Wait a
slip
minute.
against the Giants.
Wait a minute. You're saying
Wait a minute. 2
Playoffs?
games.
You're
No, 2
saying
games.
the playoffs are a different season?
Dave,
Wait a
what's the
minute.
Cowboys' record?
9-3.
They're 3 games. We have the
Who else
tiebreaker
in
right
this
now
room said that?
because we
I
beat
thought
you
it
guys earlier in
Would
the
it be
season.
2.5?
No, it would be 3.
We beat you.
We beat you straight up.
Yeah, but I think don't we
He,
have.
he
I
doesn't
think
remember that.
no, but you guys lost to the Washington Commanders, which is an
That's
NFC
the
East
only one.
loss.
Yeah, so, but we still beat you.
But that's an
That
NFC East loss. I think that only
has
has.
nothing to do with it.
No,
We
that
have
has
better
nothing to do with it.
conference.
Straight up head to head,
We beat you.
they're 2 games, but 3
would
because
go-
we beat you head to head.
If
Now,
it-
if you guys beat us,
Okay.
then that would
It's a
get
split.
rid of
It
it.
would go to
I think they get the
division.
All right, wait a minute,
tiebreaker,
so
right?
okay, so if you guys lose your 11-2, we win. We're 10-3.
We still win.
So,
Yes.
yes. Even if our records are the same, we still have the advantage because of
Our conference.
mm-hmm.
Okay, no, I get it. But
So,
wait a minute. Even that Christmas Eve game could.
You're,
It's not gonna mean
you're
anything.
It could.
saying,
We're gonna lock everything.
Yeah,
up.
hang
We're
on.
locking everything
so
up.
you're
don't think so.
saying,
I think the Giants beat you on Sunday. To be honest.
so you're saying
I'm just
that-
saying.
the
You think the Titans
playoffs-
were going to beat the Eagles too?
hang
No,
on.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't because
I'm
I
not
saw the
going to
Eagles.
let you off the hook because you
Let me
you
off the
said
hook.
the playoffs are a different season. You said that right
No.
now.
No, I mean,
You said
Okay,
that
I
right
just-
now.
He could have been a good lawyer. by
You
the way.
said that right
you're
now.
automatically in the playoffs. What's
He's
the
in the
matter?
ring with the best right
You're,
now.
you're already in.
He could have been a good lawyer.
You said that right now.
You're 11-1. You're in the playoffs.
But you said the playoffs are a different.
No, I said we're 9-3.
different animals,
Which
right?
point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guess what? I said the same damn thing 2 weeks ago about the Phillies, and you told me they didn't deserve it.
Because they were the second wild card.
It doesn't matter. They're in the
They were the
playoffs.
second wild card. That's why they didn't deserve it. The Cowboys are going to make the playoffs either way.
And so they're going to be the second wild
No,
card.
they'll be the first wild card.
No, they're not.
Yeah, right now they are.
Everybody's full of piss and vinegar today.
Right now they're the first wild card
James
spot.
is
Yes,
using
they
bad
are.
language
If
words.
they
The
lose,
Cowboys are the first wild
right,
card
but the
spot.
Giants can have that second wild card
No,
too.
Now we beat them twice. Not going to happen.
Okay.
So here's why Jalen Hurts to me is standing out.
That's twice. we beat
Against-
the Giants.
against-
But you still have to play 2 times.
What about San Francisco?
You can play them.
I was hoping, yes. By the way, man, Garoppolo. I hate to see that happen, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to had like a bad
Again,
but
check in.
everybody's having like,
Saquon Barkley's out.
Oh,
for
he is
tomorrow's
out?
game.
No, man. Whoa.
Somebody told me that
No.
last night.
He was questionable as of today. He's questionable. Frank.
Frank,
but they-
listen.
but they-
to
is that
what you say
official?
now. Is
Is
that
that-
official, Frank?
Last time I checked, he was questionable.
Frank wrote, "Oh my God, I wish I was there."
Dude, listen.
yeah, man, you're missing a lot of stuff.
Everybody,
but-
look,
but
everybody's fact checking you right now, Frank. You better come up with some good sources.
I did hear he was questionable, but
Questionable.
I heard questionable this morning. Yes.
but then again, he could be.
Giants Barkley questionable versus Eagles due to neck injury.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
He's going to have a broken neck if he comes against Jordan.
Jordan Davis. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
I can
If
tell
that's
you that
official, I
And
don't
the
think,
Kobe Dean probably.
I got questionable.
Well, N'Kobe's playing.
yeah, buddy.
Isaiah White's out.
Oh, is he? No. I'm so, no.
No,
actually-
White was practicing this week.
No,
Oh,
White was
okay.
practicing and Quez Watkins.
Okay. But I mean, look, Dave, your Cowboys are going to make the
You're
playoffs.
11-1. You're playing out of your mind. You're playing every team you're playing. You're bashing them. I
Right.
get it. But
No, we've won some tweakers.
Okay, you've won some tweakers. But let me just say this: who put 54 against the Colts? The Cowboys.
Against the bum. Like, my
No. You 17-16? You guys won by 1 point? We put 54 on the Colts? Excuse me? What?
You want to go
You
Am I dreaming?
Any given
Dave,
Sunday.
Dave,
That's true.
Any
Put a
given
50
Sunday.
burger on a
you wanna go
50-year-old
there?
Matt Ryan.
35 in the fourth quarter?
The Vikings win is much more impressive to me than the Colts
Oh
win.
my God.
Well, you put 43 on the Vikings.
Dave.
That's why the Cowboys
Dave,
win
you wanna
against
go
the
there?
Vikings is much more impressive to me
Hey, yo,
than
Joe.
the win against the
Hey, yo,
Colts.
Joe, what was the score against the Packers? Eagles, Packers. You want to go there, Dave?
Yeah.
What was the score against
We
the
stood,
Packers?
Dave.
And then,
We didn't play the Titans.
35-10. But here's
That's true.
Here we go.
here's the deal.
Except Washington. That's right, Deal. They're 11-1 because they lost to Washington.
Yes, we
Yeah,
know,
thanks,
Norm.
Dale.
Thank you.
But that was
Here goes Frank. I can hear his voice. Really, the Colts?
Here's the deal. So you have Jalen Hurts, who's very smart, by the way, Todd Bowles. He's reading defenses, by the way. But I'll preface that by saying, against the Packers, he took what they gave him, ran the ball. Last week, he showed that I can throw the ball as well.
Yep.
This dude is dynamic.
I didn't see.
man.
I can't see.
I'm not saying you
Third.
I am really
I'm
glad that
not-
I was wrong about the kid.
Oh, he checked my boxes.
Absolutely.
They were legitimate concerns, if you will, and he checked them all.
He took Frank's list and went and worked on it on the offseason and took everything that you could say negatively about him away.
I said this last week on the show. His whole time went from 3.5 to 2.7. That's incredible.
Listen, when this kid at the end of last season, however disappointing it was with the Bucks game, he took 2 weeks off and then he hired the same quarterback coach that Joe Burrows did the year before he went to the Super Bowl. So tell me
Tom
this
Brady
guy
went with
does
that guy
not.
too.
Yeah, tell me this guy doesn't want to become good. Tell me this guy doesn't want to become great.
What's a good thing you brought that up? I really do want to say this about Jalen Hurts that I was completely wrong about. Just like the Joe Montana mentality, like not being like worried about the hype. I mean, even that Colts game that Dave always likes to talk about, it was just a close game. But that was like the Joe Montana moment. Like, hey, look, there's John Candy. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go and win this game. But that's how I look at it.
I love the fact that this guy, even after
He's
a
just
win,
so cool.
will pick his
Jalen
own
cool.
performance apart. And there are people out there that do it, and they're pandering to the fan base.
Yep,
this guy is for real. Absolutely.
And let me explain something. So the guy that is the head coach of the New York Giants, Dable.
Brad
He's
Dable.
a baller.
He's the guy who benched Jalen Hurts
I know.
in the national championship game for
He's
Tua.
gonna whip
Yeah.
his ass tomorrow.
I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
and they got that loss from last year.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, let's not forgetting that.
You don't
13-7.
Up in the middle.
Yep.
He had like 3
You
picks that game or
don't
something like
think that Jalen's coming in going, oh, you don't think I'm good enough?
He's gonna tear
Okay,
him up
cool.
tomorrow, Dave.
Actually, that might be like a second or third afterthought for this kid.
Time out, guys.
So level-headed.
What are the Giants? 7-5 right now.
7-5-1.
7-5-1.
Sorry.
5
Hey, deal that one. You like that one?
So you guys are
7-5-1, Delio.
All right, so you guys are 11-1, right?
Yes, sir. About to be 12.
Last I
I
checked.
wouldn't even play Hurts tomorrow. Not worth it.
What?
Not worth it.
What?
Might get injured.
See, this is a
It's gonna be
typical.
a trap
What?
game.
Why?
Trap game.
Why?
Play
Why?
Minshew.
Why?
What?
Why?
Play Minshew.
Why?
Dave, you're out of control.
No, I'm not.
Why?
You're tripping, dude.
I'm not. What if he gets injured tomorrow? On that,
Did you
on
get?
that, on that Giants turf?
Did you get
You
hit?
are a trip.
Did you get hit on the head
James
at
just said you're
Disney?
tripping.
Just said,
Did you get hit on the head
He
at
just-
Disney?
he just
Did Donald Duck knock you silly?
Douchebag?
he said just hit on the head at this. Hit on the head at Disney.
Did you get hit? I mean, you can be honest with us.
He was right. What's the ride?
Did
What's
you
the ride?
get hit in
What's
your
the
head?
ride?
What's
the
Sour
song?
Terror?
What's
the
it worth?
song
Wait a minute.
with the
What's it
cups,
worth to you if he gets injured tomorrow?
Small world after all.
Yeah,
You're-
just get hit on small.
No. I was on that.
That's what every cowboy
Fell off the
thinks.
boat in the Pirates
No,
of the Caribbean.
I'm saying,
That's how every cowboy thinks.
Guys,
It's a small
no.
world after all.
no, think about this. Joey, think about this. You're going after the Meadowlands,
Are
right?
you kidding
Yes, we're going after the
Can I-
medal.
Can I finish?
Yeah,
me? Yeah, you can finish.
Can I finish?
But I got a heck of a lot of questions for you.
Can I finish?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I finish?
Yes, sir.
you sound like
You
Dana
are-
Carvey's impression of George Bush.
saying-
Can I finish?
Time out. You're sitting 11-1.
Yes, sir.
Why risk an injury to your quarterback
Dave.
who's going up to
Dave.
that turf for the Giants turf is not
Dave,
easy.
Dave, come on, man. Come on. I respect your sports gym a ton.
I love it, man.
But
Come on.
Why would you?
Listen,
Why would you bench your
listen.
MVP
You're
candidate?
sitting 11-1.
Quarterback.
I'm not sure.
In a
Why would we allow you to get
game,
Team,
I'm not sure if it's trademarked,
in a
but Dave,
division
Dave,
game?
you're sitting at
Come
11
on,
and
man. The home
You're
field
11-1.
advantage. I
You're
knew.
11-1.
You know what? I got
11-1.
good news.
I
for
love
you.
it. It sounds
got
so good.
Joey, I
27.
got good news for you, Dave. That's when he's going to get benched. December 24th.
Against the
When we go win the game. That's
We
what
got
I've heard
everything.
that.
And then Gardner Minshew's dropping 4 TDs and 480 yards
Then
passing
you'll see
against
your
you
boy
guys.
Gardner Minshew. That's when he'll get benched, Dave.
mustache,
want him benched
mustache.
that day.
Okay.
We'll give you that.
We'll call that game the Mustachio Bashio.
I love how you guys think. I really do.
Mustache bash. But why would you? Why do you?
Because
think-
you're
Yeah, but
he's
why-
your
why
franchise
would you want-
quarterback.
But you know
why
you
would
can't
you
play
wait-
sports like that.
I know, I get it, but this
No.
game doesn't mean
No,
a
you,
thing.
Dave,
No.
Dave, you know, Dave.
This
you
game
know,
doesn't mean a
That's
thing with
how-
the Eagles.
Sirianni would get fired.
That's how a guy.
He would get fired, dude.
That's COVID syndrome.
He would
That's
get
how-
fired if he benched him.
No, he wouldn't.
That's how a team that
I'm not
hasn't
saying-
been back to the promised land
You're
in
11
26 years. That's how they
If
play.
the Giants
It
were
sounds
2
so
games,
good,
one game
Deal.
behind
Go
you, I
Birds.
could see it. You're 11,
Preach it, brother.
You're sitting at 11-1.
Dave, but we don't.
Sounds like you
we don't
just
have
want us
anything
to let
locked
you
up.
guys get a little closer.
No, I'm not saying that. I just
We
don't
have zero chance against Gardner Minshew with Gardner Minshew. Zero chance to win that game with him quarterback. Zero. There's no. Howie Roseman would fire Nick Sirianni in a heartbeat.
He would come down to the sideline.
He would come down to the sideline.
He would literally usurp his authority and put Jalen out there.
I'll do one better.
Howie Roseman would put the headset on.
Fox Network would ban the Eagles from playing if they did something like that. That's unrealistic. You can't do that.
I'm just trying to save your quarterback from getting injured.
We appreciate your concern,
don't worry
but
about that.
He's not
You know,
close
you
to
should-
Wentz.
you just don't want to see him get that MVP.
You know what it is?
Worried
He
about
wants
your
us-
quarter-
he wants his
quarterback
Cowboys to
health.
win the division. That's what it is.
Exactly what
No,
it
it has
is.
nothing
You
to do
should be
with that.
worried about your quarterback.
I'm okay with the wild card. I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, I've seen guys get hurt on that turf. I just
You
don't want to get
should be
injured.
worried about your
I'm
quarterback.
not worried about my quarterback. Of course.
Okay. All right.
But I
We'll
mean,
see.
that's
We'll
fine.
see.
who are you guys playing this
We got Houston, Texans.
week? Oh my God, they have one win all season. You should sit back.
Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, Cooper Rush.
Thank you.
Cooper Rush can win the game. I got no problem with that. No,
Cooper
I'm
Rush.
saying you're sitting there 11. You're 11-1.
I know,
My
but
point-
you
I
want
get that.
you want to
But my
lock
point
up
being-
home field advantage.
You're going to either way.
Well,
No, not necessarily. If they
How would
all right,
Minnesota?
let's go with what you're saying.
let's go
They
with
sit Hurts. We lose against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm not saying you may not, but I'm just saying that.
You drastically decrease your chances of winning.
Okay.
drastically.
So let me ask you, Dave. When you, I mean, I know we're on a roll, but
Wasn't Route?
So-
Didn't the Steelers go 11-0 last year or something like that?
how do you
And-
think that? Like, why would you think that
Roethlisberger?
Minshew's going to be like Nick Foles like, for some reason? It's good. Like,
No, I'm trying to save your quarterback. I don't
Oh,
care about Minshew.
no,
Oh, he's trying to do us a solid.
oh, okay.
I see.
He's trying to do us a solid.
He's trying to do us a
You good,
solid.
my friend.
He's trying to do us a solid.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, so you're gonna limit that much? Okay.
Don't worry,
I
the
want
bullet's
him.
in the
I want
chamber.
him. I want him on Christmas Eve to just
Don't
smack the piss out of the cow.
The bullet's in the chamber, Dave. Don't worry.
Okay.
On Christmas Eve, you're going to get it.
Joey, I can't wait.
Any other like?
Joey, I can't wait.
Listen, Tyron will be back, and James Washington's back, and we're ready to roll. Tyron's back.
There's that owl again.
What do you
There's that
Smith?
owl again.
Tyron Smith.
Well, listen, but,
Yes.
but you know,
There you go. Paul Mancini says it. You play to win the games.
Okay.
You don't.
Exactly
You
right.
don't sit your starting quarterback when he's being talked about in an MVP season.
because you're trying to preserve him from
I'm
getting
just
injured.
trying to get him. I just don't see.
If you play scared, you are scared.
If you're scared, get a
Now,
dog.
to Dave's point, which game did Carson go out? Were they 11-1
It was
against?
12 It was week 12.
It was weak. It was
I don't need to be reminded about that,
So
please.
to Dave's point, you better not be
no,
better not be putting the Maloiks on us.
No, let's go.
It's like Laro checks in. Christmas can't come fast enough.
Let's explore that though, Tom.
Got that right.
Oh, and Goddard will be back too,
Let's explore that.
Yep.
as Frank said.
So Carson Wentz, I'm going to always say this. He was phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal that year. I'm going to always salute him for putting us in that position. But at times could have been reckless. The difference between these two, this guy, for some reason, knows when to run, knows when to get out of bounds. He knows how to protect it. I know he took that hit. That one game against Green Bay. But ever since then, man, for the most part, you can honestly say he takes care of himself.
I've never seen an Eagles quarterback take care of the ball better than Jalen Hurts.
I agree.
And I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
And I don't go back to like Ron Jaworski.
Sure.
Actually, I do, but like
bit.
from Cunningham on, it's not even close.
Yeah.
And he's breaking records that Cunningham had and Vic
You know-
had. This is a guy, I mean, no player in the NFL has ever had 150 both passing and rushing.
You know, the one thing I take out of it, even though I wasn't born yet for Randall's highlights, he could be the next coming of Randall, to say the least.
well,
Unlike Randall, he actually studies the playbook.
I
Yeah.
brought that up
Well,
last
I mean,
week.
that's the thing.
I said,
Too.
is he the ultimate weapon 2.0?
I mean,
It
Randall
might be 5.0.
But the thing about Randall that made
Definitely.
Randall's
I know him
Randall's arm was second to none, and you did get a chance to see what Randall could and when he went to the Vikings. Right, they gave him an offensive line. He had weapons out of this world in both Randy Moss and Chris Carter, and also Robert, the running back. I can't get his name out. Robert, they had a great running back. I can't get his name out. But anyway,
What team is
with
this
the
one?
Vikings, when Randall went there. But yeah, you know what though? I think he's making his own niche.
I want to read something real quick.
I think he's making his own niche.
I want to read. Field checks in and says, so before the show ends, I want to thank you to all you guys, past and present, for making our Saturday mornings amazing. Your show is a staple in our shop every week. Keep it going, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Norm.
you.
Thank you, brother.
Love you,
Thanks,
brother.
for watching us, man. We
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I think he's making his own bones. The difference is that, and Andy Reid taught me this: you have to have an offensive line. Buddy Ryan didn't give Randall that. But Randall was phenomenal. I mean, without a freaking doubt.
Random
Yeah.
things happen.
Didn't win a playoff game for us, but he was still phenomenal.
I thought
But
he did.
nah, never. Not with the
Against
Eagles.
the Saints, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Kotite came in, you're right. I stand
Beat
corrected.
the Saints.
You're right, Dave.
They
You're right.
blasted the Saints that
Yeah.
game.
And he said,
What was that, 93?
Oh no.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah, that was the last time with Reggie, too.
92.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But this young man is he's amazing to watch, and he's smart,
right.
and he's just taking apart defenses, man.
He might end up.
Oh, this is what I want to say real quick. When your coach says, when Sirianni says that he comes between when he's on the bench or whatever, between defense, offensive series, he comes to them and says, "Why don't we try it?" Both he and Steichen, "Why don't we try this? Why don't we try that?" And they actually listen to him. That reminds me of a Terry Bradshaw, who they say used to call his own plays with Pittsburgh.
Reminds me a little bit of Peyton, too. Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Good point.
Peyton Manning. Because you
point.
remember, Peyton would always get the original call, and he was notorious for audibling at the line. And it just feels like Jalen has that captain mentality at the line.
TK, can you do some homework and see what's going on with Barkley? Because he actually injured, hurt.
Yeah, it's a
He's
neck
out.
injury.
It's a neck injury.
I'm saying, but
He's not
is he?
playing.
I forget which guy said it on the Giants official website as of.
Is he officially out?
No, it's
questionable.
still
Still
questionable.
doubtful.
That's what I thought.
It's going to be game time. Game time.
Yeah.
They'll listen to this game
What
time.
time's the game?
It was
1
Sean. It
o'clock,
was Sean
that's it.
Kilran. This is from the Giants website 22 hours ago. The Giants are officially listing Barkley as
questionable
questionable.
for Sunday.
Okay.
He'll play.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
All right,
I think he'll play.
let's get some predictions, boys.
Yes.
Giddy
Before
up.
we get out of here, let's get some predictions.
Want me to start?
Let's get some.
Giants defense is like they're like
Going to get smoked. this
no,
week?
I'm
Yeah,
just
buddy.
no. I'm saying they're like scrappy. They're a scrappy defense, aren't they? I mean,
Not
That's all.
really.
That's
I'll
all.
say
That's
that.
all
I'll
they're
say
going to be.
that.
That's
I
all they're
agree.
going to
I
be
agree.
getting tomorrow is scraps.
I'll agree that they are scrappy.
Scraps.
What was the
that's
score
about
when we played them
Their
last
front four is okay.
Yeah.
you didn't play them yet.
I don't even know.
You said let's see them
I don't even know half of their
We haven't
boys
played the
on the
Giants?
defense.
I don't think so.
On
Their
the
front
defense.
four,
Last game,
Huh?
they have the
Oh,
one
yeah.
guy.
Rob Smallwood checks in. Second year in the same offense for Hurt makes a huge difference.
Yes.
He's comfortable. Damn right, Rob.
Exactly right,
Now
man.
imagine what happens when he still stays in this same offense.
Pop Finnegan, 72-0.
Damn.
There's Frank's prediction.
From his
Yeah.
dad.
That's the first half.
That's
first
amazing.
half.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
At that point, you can put Gardner Minshew in.
Is this a Bradbury homecoming?
3 picks.
Bradbury?
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Maddox is coming back.
No, Dame, you asked about the front
All right.
four. They have youngsters up there
Prediction:
that are hungry.
28-10 Birds.
Damn.
31-10.
That 10 will be garbage.
It is an NFC East game, guys. Come on, you got to put that. in
You're right.
perspective.
That's why I didn't say 42-10.
31-14 Birds. Jalen Hurts is going to go off.
You hope.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have 35-21 Birds.
I have 21-16, but it's not going to. It appears to be close, but it'll be.
It won't be.
It won't
Guys,
be.
it's an NFC East game.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
Didn't they say that about a lot of other games in this division?
Well,
and they haven't been.
wasn't the last? What was the last NFC East game the Eagles had? Wasn't it Washington?
Yeah.
And they lost, right?
Right.
Okay.
But what about the prior Washington game? We blew them out.
Okay.
Good point.
I'm just saying, and you could go both ways.
I think we blew out the.
And he
Cowboys.
goes,
Sean, so we got Mike
I think-
Lero.
I
Mike
think-
Lero's 31-21 Birds. Sean Kilran 28-14 Birds.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say Giants 27, Eagles 24.
Push it.
I love it when he picks against us.
It's in our favor, man.
I think
It makes me
I
happy.
think a Graham Gano field goal wins it.
So you're not nervous. You're not.
Giants 27, Eagles 24.
I swear to God,
Graham,
I
no
swear-
go.
I swear that is all that is holy. If Graham Gano, whatever the hell his name is,
Graham Gano.
hits a
Graham,
game-winning-
no go.
hits a game-winning field goal, I'm coming in next week and kicking another game-winning field goal.
With his foot in your ass.
I won't be here next week, so it's all good.
Lace this out, Dave.
I'm in a
Lace
wedding.
it out.
I'm in a wedding, so I will not be here next week.
I'm in a wedding.
I am in a wedding. Yes.
All right. So,
My
Is
nephew-
Graham Gano in it?
My nephew's getting
Is
married
it the
next week.
Bassy wedding?
Congratulations.
My nephew's getting married
Is
next
it
week.
the Bassy wedding?
No, I'm
are
just
you
kidding.
in the wedding? Dave?
I'm in the wedding.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Congrats, buddy.
Congratulations
Dude,
to your nephew.
Can I tell you what happened
My
to me
nephew
last
John.
night, real quick, before we go?
Yeah.
I met a woman from West Philadelphia who was rooting for the Lakers. I was cringing. Then she had the audacity to tell me that she was a Celtics fan before she became a Lakers fan. Joey, hold your seats on this. And guess where her football team was?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Whoa.
Dude, I
Is
cringed.
she a Yankee fan too?
I was going to ask her
Yeah,
if she was
really?
a Duke fan, a Yankee. I forgot to ask those parts. 'Cause most Cowboy fans are Duke fans.
just check all
Yankee-
the boxes.
Yeah. It's like, how in the world are you a Laker? She was rooting for the Lakers, and then said she was a Celtics. And oh, by the way, I love the Cowboys. I was done.
Yo, there's a.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. I do have that Lakers footage from that game.
Clarence Shippen knocks down 2 in a row, and the Raiders lead only by 20 with 20 seconds to go. So Serrano making things happen for the Aces, and they trail only by 20.
Dave Yarno,
Dave Yarno for 3.
Oh.
That's a
You're going to make that shot.
We're gonna
one
make
of these
that one
days,
day,
and then we're
brother.
going out partying. Look, I love how it's on a delay, so I get to see it up there still too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for. Hold on, real quick before I get out of here. I did forget about my man, but I didn't completely forget about my man, David Cherry, David R. Cherry Esquire, Workman's Comp, Motor Vehicle Accidents, Personal Law, and Criminal Law. Call now 610-565-0300 and tell them the guys at Pattison Ave and EOP sent you. Tell them we didn't hurt you. That's why you're there. We just
Yeah.
sent you to him.
If Graham Gano hits a game-winning field goal, Dave will need to call.
And the Painted Lines boys, every Eagles game, they have the pregame, halftime, and postgame show. One of my faves, James, you were on that a little bit ago, right? A couple of weeks ago.
times, yeah.
So definitely check that out. And, you know, you can obviously find us on all the social,
was.
all the forms of social media. So for Joseph Marks.
Before you go there,
Okay,
there is a game today, guys, that anybody's interested in, the Army Navy game.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Army Navy. I went when I
Go
was a
Army,
Boy
be
Scout.
Navy.
Go Navy.
Go Navy. My brother's Navy. Gotta
Go Navy.
Navy. My grandfather.
Joe?
My uncle's
Yeah.
Navy.
Well, let's have a good game.
Navy.
Let's have
Yes.
let's both.
Let's everyone just have a fantastic game.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
My
most
dad
of
was in the
all-
Navy,
My
that's
dad,
what-
my brother's Navy. Yeah,
There you go.
And
and
most
my
of
nephew's
all,
Navy sister-in-law.
go Birds.
Go Birds! For Joe Marks, James Scores, and Dave Yarnell. My man Damon Salim, Frank Finnegan, Joe Scores. I'm Tom Kelly. This is Pattison Ave Phanatcis Show. We're out.
Later.
Later.